A Gold Coast startup is set to become the second Queensland firm in less than 6 months to launch a test rocket from the outback. If all goes to plan, the rocket will head about 40 kilometres into the atmosphere and release a small test payload. It's one of several planned launches as part of a move to tap into the growing demand for mini satellites.
Almost ready for liftoff. This 9-metre rocket in a Gold Coast warehouse is the latest push by a Queensland company into space technology.
Yeah, so the payload's here, including all the avionics.
Ahead lies a 3-day road trip to the Gulf country before a hopefully successful 40-kilometre foray into the stratosphere. The planned launch by Gilmore Space Technologies follows one by Black Sky Aerospace last November. Their 5-metre rocket carried a commercial payload from the state's southern outback. Gilmore has spent almost $6 million developing its rocket and mobile launch tower, part of its goal to launch nano-satellites commercially.
What we see is there's not enough rockets to take those small satellites into orbit, and there's a big bottleneck.
The new Australian Space Agency agrees there's a growing demand.
So there is an opportunity there for Australia, and we need to see how the market will unfold.
10, 9.
Missing are permanent Australian launch sites. They're being built in South Australia and the Northern Territory, but there are no plans yet for Queensland. While Black Sky Aerospace is ready to go interstate, Gilmore would prefer to launch locally.
We're basically going to follow where a launch site gets built, and we think the best place for that is in Queensland. We've done a lot of trajectory analysis and looked at where all the orbits have to go.
Queensland rocket companies believe that when it comes to launch sites, it's a case of if you build it, other businesses will come. Earlier this year, a state parliamentary inquiry recommended the government identify possible locations. Whether or not this happens quickly enough for Queensland's rocket builders remains to be seen. Matt Eaton, ABC News.